My name is Mrs. Fumilayo Omobola Adeosun, a legal practitioner by profession. I've worked in the private sector in Nigeria, the defunct Oyo State Bank, Trans International Bank, as the legal advisor of the bank and management staff for a period of 12 years. Thereafter, I moved to the Court of Appeal as Deputy Chief Registrar. I served at Ibadan Division, Lagos Division, and I retired at Jos Division in the year 2010. I'm here to discuss on two topics that are interwoven. The first one is single parenthood, and the second one is management of work by women, how they relate to others, their bosses, the colleagues, people they meet while they are at work, and the impact it makes on their lives. All this will be discussed with a viewpoint of making suggestions and making examples, and so that we help womanhood, young, middle age, even adult age and retirement age, in every daily endeavors, and to help them to cope with different challenges that may confront them, in order to work towards living a successful, harmonious family life. Single parenthood can arise from different levels, either by the death of the spouse, or by separation, or by divorce, or by any means at all that leaves one spouse to raise kids all alone. This often usually occurs with women, and I want to relate the story with how women can successfully cope with all the challenges in this status. Mostly, if it occurs, if it's the man that is alone, they do usually, by their nature and how God created them, they would automatically look for somebody else to live with them, either remarry or find means of co-opting somebody to help them raise the children. So we are not going to go into that. Mostly we're going to talk about women, raising women alone by any of the means that I've earlier mentioned. If it is by the death of the spouse, the challenges are there, but there are additional challenges. People sympathize with women raising children alone if it is through the death of the spouse. They believe that, that's just an unfortunate occurrence. Whereas the one that is most preeminent is single parents of women that either divorced or abandoned by the spouse or separated. The society usually look at those category of women with contempt. They believe, erroneously though it may be, that such children will not be raised properly. The children of a broken home, they often refer to it as broken home. Children of broken home, they are never good. Because they have been trained by only one spouse, especially a woman, that they will not come out well, and the woman will throw them into the challenges of life alone, and that will have a permanent reoccurrence in their lives. Maybe when they grow up too, they can come into that. I want to tell you that there are so many people in this category, and I want to tell you a good news to the people, that they are never alone, and that the perspective of human being, the judgment of human being, to say that they can never make it well with those children are wrong. God is a good God. He announces everybody well. He knows and takes care of all. I want to talk from a personal experience, and I know so many in the society, colleagues of mine. I can count 10 of people in my category, for one reason or the other, either because of the norms of the society, the discipline that may arise, one way or the other, they've been saddled to face raising up their children alone. I can tell you that in all that I've seen, the children, mostly, funny enough, all the people I know have four children. Two boys, some 3 boys, 1 girl, some 3 girls, 1 boy, some even girls alone, some even boys alone. They've all faced up with the challenge and made sure that those children came out very, very well. Talking from my own perspective, I counted it as a burden, and I looked up to God, that with God everything is possible. There is Father that is unseen in the premises, and when you look up to God, you face Him alone, that for Him to take care of what your need. The children, you saddle in, you play double for them. You play in the role of a father and a mother seriously too, educating by example. You discipline yourself, you discipline the children, and you look into the future with God. I can tell a good story that God has always crowned all this effort with success. I'm talking on my own. I have, by God's mighty hand and grace, I've raised 4 children, 2 daughters, 2 sons. By God's special grace, very, very, very well. They've all turned out to be high professional people and dependable people. My firstborn is a medical doctor. My second daughter is a banker. She's a brand manager. My son is into oil and gas, and my last born is in IT. They are all highly disciplined, and they are gentlemen of their generation. And I know people that of like mind like myself, who has been faced with this unfortunate stigma, who too have raised their children properly, and they are good citizens of the community. So if you find yourself by any means at all, either by default or by effort of something you cannot explain, like mine, I want to encourage you that you should face your challenges with God, and all will be well. By today's story, some people, even with their spouses, they look at me today and say, oh, If I had known, I would have taken my cross like you did, and I'm sure things would have been better for me. I always tell them that nobody knows the answer to any situation, but I give all the glory to God. And I want you that you are in my shoes to be encouraged. I'm not preaching that single parenthood should be pursued or to be seen as solution to your family problem or marital problem. I'm not preaching that. I believe that what God has created is all good. God meant everything to be good. You started marriage very well. If you cannot continue, it becomes a burden. Remember that God has always said that carry your cross, carry it very, very well, and pursue, focus on God, who is the author and finisher of our faith, and who can solve any problem. Don't look at people that will see you walking alone, going to church alone, going to school alone, going to the children's school alone. Face your challenges and make sure that you bring out the children to be better citizens. This is my advice, and you cannot get it wrong. Wish everybody all the best. I want to discuss the issue of women workplace in relation to intimidation. Women workplace and intimidation. When we talk of women, we mean here any female from adult age. Working place for women, either from lower level, middle level, upper middle, and so on and so forth. They do suffer discrimination of different forms. Take for example, people in the between young and middle level. They want a job, they apply, there are vacancies, there are male bosses out there to take them. There are two types of women. Some may flout themselves in the arms of the boss just to get the job. Some would say, whatever it takes, I will wait for my time. I'm not going to give myself up because I needed a job. Those are the two categories. Even when they are employed, when they now get to the job, depending on what means they get there, they face these challenges again. Two categories also. Some that wanted promotion by all means, they don't mind jumping into bed with the boss. Whatever it takes, I want to use what I have to get what I want. Or the second category that believes in morals, that believes in God's teaching, that believes that he should live a good life so that he can live a worthy life that can show off to his children. These two people, they have consequences. I want to talk of those ones that quickly jump at the boss, at the men, to achieve what they wanted. This is very, very rampant. And because of all the economic challenges in the world today, they want to live, they want to cater for their needs, they need this job, they need this promotion by all means. So they are ready to give whatever it takes. After all, who is going to see you what do or whatever you did, they will only see you with your progress that you are making. You have a car, you have this, everybody's congratulating you, but you know what you have done to achieve that. It is not good. I want to talk against that. I want to warn and encourage women of this category to wait. Let us all rebuild our society by good morals. Let us wait for our time. Let us focus on God for His divine provision. You can never get it wrong when you do so. The second category of those strict, disciplined ones who believed in keeping themselves to the tenets of what God promises, that our body is the temple of God. We should live up to a disciplined life. The things of sugar and bread will always come. It will always come. God has had plans for every soul. Nobody can go on lacking forever and die of hunger. God provides. I want to encourage such categories to keep on doing that. With that, if this category becomes the majority of the people in our society, oh, how good will our society be? Even these men that ask for all this will be discouraged. They will be trained. They will be shown the way of God, and they will pipe down. They too will become disciplined, and things will work out well for us. For those second category, I know that of those who insist that come rain, come shine, if I don't receive promotion, I do come to God. If I don't get that appointment, God will provide for me. I know the world will be rough. It will be rough. We have all gone through it. But the end point, there is sugar in it. You have discipline. You will have mouth to talk. Then years after you've passed through it, people will talk to you and talk about you, and they know what you stand for. And God will be joyous at the end of it about you. And let me tell you, those categories surely get more than their desire, even than those ones that are easy prey. So I want to encourage both. Let us rebuild our society by living a godly life, living a purpose-fulfilled life, to be divined by God, and wait unto the Lord for all it takes. Wait patiently. Personally, I belong to the second category, and which I don't have any regret. I know I've passed through through thick and skin throughout the working life, right from my middle age till the time I retired. I have a growth story. In fact, I went through a lot of challenges, even deprivation of promotion, deprivation of good appointment, which I was entitled to, which everybody knew about, because I would not dance to the tune of the power that be. And the power that be saw that I was under him. I have to bow to his wishes. Otherwise, there will be no promotion, no appointment, no, even the things that I was ordinarily entitled to was taken from me. I got to a point in which I said, God, what you promised and what you told us is that we should live up to your commands. I have lived up to your commandments. These ones that you gave all the authority to, you gave the authority to him, and is this authority is using to spite me, to punish me. Now, God, you will now tell the world openly whether I am right or I am wrong. Believing in you and insisting on waiting unto you for what you will do for me, if it is the right way, or if I should have thrown myself and get all the worldly things that is under the provision of this wicked boss. I prayed that prayer and God answered me. Yes, I left the job, I left the promotion, I lost all the things, even up to the point he said they should not pay my salary and my allowances. The vehicle I was entitled to, he got it. Yes, I left, but and I said, God, I have left. I am listening to you. I am like Job that says that even if you are tormenting me, persecuting me, yes, I will trust you. Now that I've left, I want you to prove yourself that what I did was right, so that the whole world that knew all about this episode will come to know you better. And he did it. The wicked boss was raised down from his upward ladder, thrown. He left the job in shame. Everybody knows it. Everybody that knows me knows the story of what I'm saying. I am making this, I'm rejoicing in the Lord that God is good and faithful. When this thing happened, I was getting telephone calls all over the place. Your God is a good God. I said, yes, He is a good God. I'm announcing to you out there, young women in big jobs, in lower jobs, in lower cadre, wherever you find yourself, live up to the tenets of God. You will get a good reward at the end of the story.